All right. It is always a pleasure to have my next guest on the show, the White Lion, Yohan Lainesse, who has a monster fight at the Apex for Dana White's Contender Series on November the 2nd against Justin Burlinson. Yohan, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. And you feeling good too?
I sure am. It's definitely nice to see you again. We're getting closer and closer to the big night at the Apex. This is the opportunity that you've been waiting for, and it's just been really a matter of time before we all knew that you got it. Now that it's getting closer, man, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling very great. Honestly, I think this is by far the best training camp of my life. I have the chance to stop working and only focus on my training, on my recuperation, and focus visualization. So all the stuff is online for this fight. I know who I face. I know the guy. I train very hard. I changed a lot of things in my team, a lot of things. So I'm very excited for this fight. So we're gonna put on a very good show on 2 November for sure.
Can you talk a little bit about what are some of the big changes that you've made on your team since we last spoke?
Yes. So now my head coach is Patrick Côté. So the Predator, who is fight a lot of fight in the UFC. So Patrick Côté was with me in my last training camp for the championship in the CFFC. He come at the gym and he helped me a lot on a little things. And I appreciate the guy so much. I appreciate the fighter. I appreciate the person. He's a good guy and he's a passionate guy. He helped me a lot, not only on MMA, but outside of the gym. He helped me with my conditioning. So I passed a lot of time with him. So that's maybe the biggest change for this training camp. At least in my last fight, I was a kickboxing coach, so I work a lot with my student. I do sparring with my student a lot. Maybe I'm in always be the best fighter in the room because I was the coach. But right now I'm not the best fighter in the room. I can tell you. I spar with Jonathan Vallée, who's a 6'4", 6'4". He was a professional fighter. Jérémy Caponi, Kevin Généreux. They are all very good professional fighters. So they give me a lot of good rounds. The guys are so strong. The guys have a lot of experience. So maybe that's difference right now that I'm not the boss. I train hard. So of course, the 2 November, nothing is going to surprise me. And I'm going to be ready for a big war. At least I have a lot of my coach at the beginning, like Lévi Labrie, who was with me with the belt at CFFC. He was with me with the flying knee too. I have Marc Seyé, who boxing coach, Mathieu Davio. So I have maybe the same team around me, like at my debut. But the big change is Patrick Côté was now part of the family. So I appreciate very that.
So as far as your old head coach goes, he's still in the picture. It's just a different role now with Patrick Côté being in the picture.
Yes, exactly. But Patrick Côté take the lead of my training camp. He know the game. He was in my path before, so he know exactly what I have to do to be the best version of myself. So I put my trust in his hands for my career. Like I said, I know he's a good guy. He's a passionate guy. He's here for a good reason. He helped me. So I have the same team. I have the same coach, but right now I put my career in the hand of Pat Côté, and I know he's gonna pay.
Côté, he's not that old. He can probably still fight, right? Is he getting out there and throwing some mitts with you and getting the actual sparring?
He put his gloves on, he put his shin pad on, and maybe sometime he kick my ass. Yes, for sure. No, of course he's not the 170-pound guy he was before, but he's still in good shape, man. He do the conditioning with me. He do a lot of sparring with me too. I work a lot with my striking coach, Lévi Labrie, for the mid pad, and too. We have a good chemie together. But yes, Pat Cote, not scared to go on the mat and put throw some bombs with me for sure.
Is there any chance that we could ever see him fight again? You know, if maybe not for the UFC, but for another organization, or are those days behind him?
I can tell you that I'm not sure, but I think it's behind him. Now he's commentator of the UFC here in Quebec, and he's an actor too. He have a gym, so he have a family, he have 2 kids. So I don't think he's interested of fighting again. But I'm not in this path, so I can't say that, but I prefer he stay my coach. I don't want him to fight again, because that's mean I'm going to spar with him a lot. So maybe I want him to stay coach.
Now, clearly, I mean, anyone that follows the sport here of mixed martial arts knows exactly who he is. Having someone like that in your corner as your head coach, he must feel like you're ready for this opportunity to take this job and be your head coach. What does that mean to you to have someone that's already accomplished so much in the sport in your corner, helping to guide your career as you take this next step?
Of course, that make me a very confident. Yes, he pushed myself a lot. He didn't have no mercy for me. You know, more the training gonna be hard. More the fight's going to be easy. So I'm not going to tell that this fight's going to be easy, but I have the trust on this guy, and for sure I'm blessed for that. I text him every day like, "Hey Pat, thank you very much. You know, it's mean a lot for me." And he said, "Stop talking with me like that. I'm going to tell that at your girlfriend." And I said, no, it's just because thanks for everything. And so we have a good relation. And of course, it's mean a lot. The guy gave me a lot of time. He gave me a lot of time, and he gave me all he have. And I appreciate that. And I'm not gonna stop until we're going to the top together. I appreciate all the time he gave me. So, of course, that makes me a lot of confidence, and I'm very excited for the November too.
Yeah, and that's fantastic news. They're adding him to your team in a full-time capacity. So you mentioned earlier, you know, you're focusing completely on this camp and this fight. You're not working anymore, or at least you haven't been for this camp. Tell me a little bit more about the specifics of that. How long have you been just focusing 100% on MMA in your career here?
So at the beginning, my career grow very fast, because I did my professional career I win 3 fights in 8 months, and after that I have a little bit stop. And the last 11 months I win my 4th fight. For this fight, I have a lot of recuperation, visualization, because at the beginning I woke up like at 7. I do a lot of private class, like 7, 8, 9, 10. I work out the 10 at 12 and 1. I go sleep a little bit, go back to go give another class, and train in the night. Sleep not sleep a lot. In my last training camp, I was sleeping like 6 hours by night. I think it's not a lot for a professional fighter. So maybe sometime I was tired, sometime, but now I have no excuse. I wake up. I sleep like 8 hours a day. So in the night, sorry. So I train in the morning. I train a lot in the night too. I have time for recuperation. I take care of my body. I look a lot of video of my opponent. I know the guy. That's the big difference. So I'm not always about running at the left and right and go there. I wake up. I know I have a game plan to do. I'm going to train. After that, I rest, eat well, going to train again. So I live the professional life, and I'm very happy about that. So of course, I have a good team around me. I have good sponsor too. that's helped me to doesn't work for this training camp. So I want to be in the best. I want to be in the UFC. I want to live the life that the UFC fighter lives. So for this training camp, we're going to be at the top.
Now, the last time I spoke to you, obviously, was right after you won the CFFC title. Life since then seems like you've really dialed it in 100%, and things are going fantastic for you. I got to ask, any new ink since we've last spoken? Have you added anything to the repertoire there?
And on my body?
Yes.
No, I don't think I have new one. No, I don't have new one. Maybe the white lion there, but this was my last one. So no more tattoo before after the belt. But you know what? My parents write a CFFC champion Yohan Lainesse with the date here, and my dad and my mom said we write this upper on the ear upper, because we're going to stay for the UFC belt someplace. So my parents have tattooing the date and of that I win the championship CFFC, and they give a little piece for the UFC belt too.
That's awesome. I love it. And I know that you absolutely adore your dog, Rocco. You showed me before we started. He's huge now. Are you ultimately going to get a tattoo of Rocco somewhere on you?
Maybe not. Maybe this name. Of course, this name, not the profile of the Rottweiler, but maybe this name, yes, for sure, because I love him so much. I pass a lot of time with him. He listens so well. Hey, big boy. He listens so well. He's a very good boy. So I pass a lot of time with him. So yeah, that's my brother, man. So I love him so much, man.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful dog you got there, my friend. Now, I do have to ask you too, just about the COVID scenario in Quebec since we last spoke. You've always said that it's been pretty much shut down. It was starting to get a little bit better. I know where I'm at. Things are coming back, unfortunately. Has that affected your ability to do everything you normally would, or are things opened up where you're at again?
Everything is open up for me. Like I said, I have the chance to have Patrick Côté, who has the XPN gym in Saint-Bruno. So it's a big gym, like a very nice conditioning place, very nice mixed martial art place. So Patrick Côté regroup all the best fighters in Canada, like Jonathan Vallée, Jérémy Caponi, Kevin Généreux, and I have Francis Charbonneau in boxing, Maxime Landry, who are a good boxer. So I can exchange with a lot of talented athletes, and no, nothing is. Everything was going to be done on this training camp. No excuse.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I thought Patrick Côté was pretty close with GSP. Is he someone that you might have around in the future?
Maybe in the future, of course. Like not for this training camp. But maybe in the future, of course, I'm a guy. I have an open mind. It will be an honor for me to have the conseil, to have some words with GSP, some technique. Of course, it will be a pleasure for me. But seriously, Patrick Côté, it's the guy that I want. So he gave me all that I need. So. I'm very happy about that, and GSP, of course, is the GOAT, but Patrick Côté, it's my GOAT for this training camp.
Yeah, 100%. Now, November 2nd is right around the corner, man. When do you actually leave for Vegas?
In a couple of days. So there's 17 October. So in 10 days. So I'm going to take the fly with Lévis Labrie. Come with me for 2 weeks. So we're going to Syndicat MMA, John Wood Syndicat MMA. We're going to train at this gym for the last 2 weeks. I'm very excited about that. I'm not the kind of guy who has going to other gym very well. So I know you have a Frank Mir in this gym and a lot of good coach. And I can't wait to be there and feel the energy, see all the UFC fighter. it's going to give me a big boost in the last 2 weeks. So after that, Pat going to come maybe 3 days before the fight. So we live the dream, man. We live for that, and I'm just exciting to take my bag and take my bag and pack my stuff and going war to Vegas.
What's the weight at right now? I know we're still a ways out, but I'm sure you're starting to dial it down a little bit.
My weight, I'm only 187 right now, 187. So still going to go at maybe like 180, 178 and cut the rest.
Now, you really seem like the perfect guy for Contender Series. In the past, Dana White is always looking for, knockouts or finishes, just quick wins. And with your style, with how much power you have, again, you just seem like you have the perfect recipe to go in there and really impress him and get a contract. Do you feel that that's the case? Like you really are exactly, what they're looking for at Contender Series? Or, are you feeling like, you may just kind of go in there and just secure a win, regardless of how it is, because clearly you're going to be going up against another high-level fighter.
Yes, for sure. I'm not sure this fight is going to pass the 3 rounds for sure. I'm a finisher. Justin Burlinson looks like a finisher too. We are both talented guy. We are both explosion. Have a lot of explosion on his hands. So I can say exactly what's gonna happen in this fight. I visualize a lot of scenario, but I know my hand's gonna be raised at the end. I'm going there to win, of course. Of course, I know Dana White want to put that on a good show for sure. All my fight was a good show, so I'm not worried about that. But the most important thing is going to win in Las Vegas for sure.
Now, Justin, he's 6-0 as a professional. All 6 of his wins are finishes, and he had a lengthy amateur career. I think he was 17-1 or something like that as an amateur. You guys are the same height, Yohan, but you have a 2-inch reach advantage. So, that could play a factor in there if it becomes a technical battle on the feet. Do you feel like you're going to just be able to go in there and overwhelm him? Because this is an opponent that clearly has got a lot of experience going into the fight.
Yes, of course, he have a lot of experience, but when I look at all the guy he fought, I'm not very impressed. Seriously, yes, 17-1, it's very good fish. But when you're 14-1 and you fight a guy who's 1-0, that means no sense for me. So it's okay like that. You want to build a career, you want to build a fighter with the guy, or not just like basical. Me, I fight always good guy. I always fight. I didn't choose anything. They give me a name and I take the name. It's always like that here. So I'm not right now said that Justin Burlinson is not a good fighter. I know he's a good fighter, but he never fight a guy like me. He's never fight a guy like me. I'm complete. I'm stronger. I have a good jiu-jitsu. I have good hands. I can kick, do a lot of special things. So it's going to be a very great show. But like I said, I think all the fighter he wins. I've won against this fighter, all these guys. So maybe we're going to see who's the best on November 2. But I'm not worried about this amateur fish and all this experience, because I know I'm a special, and I'm going to prove that his fish against me, that's nothing.
What's your official prediction? How do you see this fight ending?
Finish in the second round. I'm not going to tell you that it's going to be a submission or a knockout, but that's not going to pass the third for sure.
Man, and do you feel like once you actually get in there and you're walking to the apex that you're going to feel that rush of energy? Like, how is that going to affect you one way or the other? Is it going to hype you up and make you an even better fighter? Or do you feel like it could, maybe add some nerves to you?
No, I'm the kind of guy who love the energy. I love the stress. I love the energy of the crowd, and more the pressure is on, more my level is going to be on. Like I said in another interview, I fight in the Bell Center at my second professional fight. I was on the main event. I fight in front of like 18,000 people, 8,000 people. So I love the stress. I love the fear. I live for that. So you just need to control that. So I'm good with that. Of course, I'm going to be stressed. If a fighter tell you that, oh no, I'm not stressed, I don't fear, you fuck off. Of course you're stressed. Of course you have fear. So you just don't be able to assume that you have that. So, but I'm excited for that. This is a dream. We live for that. We wait this moment so far. So I'm the kind of guy who it's an habit for me to go fight in another country. Like I fight in Philadelphia 4 times in 11th month in the last year. So for me, it's not going to be the first time that I go in another pays or another country to fight. So I'm just very excited to go in Vegas, train 2 weeks in Saint Duca MMA with my coach, and finally fight in front of Dana White and all the world. And I'm gonna show, and I'm gonna put all my skills on, and I'm gonna take this win for sure.
I can't wait, my friend. November the 2nd, Dana White's Contender Series, the White Lion, Yohan Lainesse against Justin Burlinson. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, my friend. Before I let you go, I want to give you the floor. Tell people where to follow you on social media. And if you have anyone else to thank, the floor is yours.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So you can follow me, of course, on Instagram, MMA White Lion, and on Facebook, Yohan White Lion Lainesse. All my sponsors, I have a lot of sponsors. So Manulif, Maçonnerie Chicoine, Roi Lavoie, Remax, Eye Roller Custom, La Méchante Virée, the White Lion Burger at La Méchante Virée. That's the restaurant here. So we did the White Lion Burger. Les Niches, Le Pouvoir de Langue Tattoo. All my team, Patrick Côté, GF Gaudreau, who is my nutrition at XPN Center, Lévi Labrie, Mathieu Davio, all my training partners, Jonathan Vallée, Jérémy Caponi, Kevin Généreux, Francis Charbonneau, Maxime Landry en box, Marc Seyé was my coaching box. I have a lot of people, so I appreciate the time you give me to thank all these persons that they are all of part of my success. So it's important for me to say that. So thank you very much. I appreciate that.